Let's talk today about the car ride home after a tough loss or moment. It can be a quiet, tense experience. Your child is starting to stare out the window, clearly disappointed, and you're searching for the right words. This quiet moment is actually a huge opportunity. What you do next can help them build resilience, not just for sports, but for life. But it's easy to get this wrong. Many parents with the best intentions make the situation worse, but you won't. I'm going to give you a simple framework to turn this challenging moment into a powerful opportunity for your child's growth. Let's be real. That silence in the car can be deafening. Or maybe it's the opposite, a slammed door or tears. You as a parent, your instinct is to fix it, to ease their pain, and find a solution for next time. It comes from love. It kills you to see them hurting. I know it does. But here's the tricky part. When your teen is hurting, their brain is emotionally flooded. As high-performance psychologist Dr. Michael Gervais often explains, when we're flooded with strong emotions, the brain deprioritizes the areas responsible for thinking and reflection. So, pushing advice in that moment, it's like trying to pour water into an already full glass. It just makes a bigger mess. Your breakdown of a missed shot in this moment isn't just unhelpful, it's actually harmful. It can crush their confidence and make them feel like your love is tied to their performance. The stats on this are pretty sobering. For years, studies have shown that roughly 70% of kids drop out of organized sports by their early teens. One of the top reasons for this is that it's just not fun anymore, often because of parental pressure. Multiple studies show that a significant portion of youth athletes experience high levels of stress and anxiety related to sports. Fear of disappointing parents is constantly a major contributor. For many kids, the biggest opponent isn't on the other team. It's the fear of disappointing you. Picture this. Your son gets in the car and just slumps into his seat. You say, if you'd passed the ball on that last play, you guys would have won. What happens? Well, he puts his earbuds in. The connection's gone. You tried to coach, but he heard blame. The car ride just became a punishment. But what if you had a repeatable game plan for that exact moment? A plan that builds the mental muscle your kid needs to reach the next level. That's what we're building today using a proven 3-pillar framework. We're going to go over them now. Pillar 1 is the most important, okay? And it requires you to fight every coaching instinct you have. Right after a loss or a tough game or moment, your job isn't to be a coach, a critic, or an analyst. Your only job is to be a parent and create an emotionally safe space. Often the best way to do this is to say nothing about the game. Silence, when offered with love, is so much better than a forced conversation. Your presence is enough. Just let them decompress and control their emotional temperature. If they want music or silence, let them have it. Don't push. Now, when you do speak, there's only one phrase you need. It's not, it's just a game, because that minimizes their real disappointment. It's not, you did your best, because if they didn't, that actually hurts your credibility in their eyes. The only phrase you need is this: I love watching you play. That one sentence is powerful. It separates your love from the game's outcome and tells them that their worth isn't tied to the scoreboard. It says you value their passion and their effort. This turns the car from a courtroom back into a sanctuary. If they're emotional, it's okay. Just say things like, "I can see how disappointed you are. It's okay to feel that way." You're not trying to fix their feelings, see, you're just acknowledging them. This builds trust, and it keeps communication open for later. The immediate goal is connection, not correction. Before we move on to pillar 2, if this framework that I'm sharing here today is already clicking for you, imagine having an entire team dedicated to this holistic approach. At TPH Academy, our greatest responsibility is preparing student athletes for the game of life. This philosophy is built into our study, train, play model, where we serve every aspect of your child's development: academics, athletics, and character. We partner with parents as co-pilots in their child's journey. So if you're ready to collaborate right now on a transparent plan for your athlete's goals, click the link in the description to learn more about the TPH Academy model. Okay, back to it. Pillar 2. It's about shifting focus, but only after, this is so important, after the emotional storm has passed, maybe hours or even a day later. You'll know they're ready when they can think clearly again. That's your cue. When you bring up the game in this moment, guide the conversation away from the outcome and toward what they can control. As Dr. Gervais often discusses, focusing on what you can control puts you back in a position of power. So instead of asking, "Why did you miss that shot?" which sounds like blame, ask questions about the process. Try these types of questions. "Hey, were you a good teammate out there today? Did you give your best effort on every play? How about, did you listen to your coaches and try to follow the game plan?" These questions reframe winning. Because you can lose on the scoreboard, but you can win on effort or by being a great teammate. This teaches them to find confidence in their character and work ethic, which are far more reliable than a fluctuating stat line. You could also ask open-ended questions. So some examples. What's one thing you learned from today's game? Or, so do you know what you want to work on in practice this week? This turns a loss into a lesson. It becomes useful data, not a final verdict. You're teaching a growth mindset here. The idea that abilities can be developed with hard work. That mindset is the bedrock of resilience. By having these conversations, you're training their brain to focus on process and effort, not just results. This is the secret to the mental toughness all elite athletes have. Our final pillar today connects this moment to their future. Frame these types of talks as essential training for their college dreams. This isn't about making them feel better after one game. It's about forging the mental armor they're gonna need to thrive at the next level. Be direct with them. Say something like, "Every college coach is looking for mentally tough players. They know that anyone can play well when things are going great. But Johnny, what college coaches really want to know is how you handle adversity." See, handling a loss with maturity isn't a weakness. It's a sign of elite potential. College coaches consistently say that once the physical baseline is met, things like resilience, coachability, and character often become the deciding factors. When a coach sees an athlete who can process failure, they see someone built for the pressure of college sports. And we all know that college sports today, looks a lot different than it did yesterday. So frame it for your teen like this. You know this feeling right now? This disappointment that you have? Learning how to use it as fuel instead of letting it beat you? That's what's going to get you noticed. That's what separates the athletes who make it from those who don't. I want you to understand that, Johnny. See, this changes the car ride from a moment of tension to a moment of purpose. It's not just a drive now, see? It's a training session for their future. You become their first and most important mental game coach. You're preparing them for the challenges that are ahead. So, let's recap the game plan we discussed here today. The car ride home is a mental game, and you, the parent, have to be the one to win it. Pillar 1, create a safe space. Right after the game, be a parent, not a coach. Offer quiet support, empathy, and the most powerful phrase you have: I love watching you play. Pillar 2, focus on the controllables. Once emotions settle, shift the conversation from the scoreboard to what they can control. Effort, attitude, being a good teammate, so key. Pillar 3, connect to the future. Frame these tough moments as critical training to develop the mental toughness needed for the college level and beyond. Your child's athletic journey is a marathon, not a sprint. The scoreboard will change. Stats will fluctuate. But your unconditional support must be the one thing that never, ever wavers. When you as a parent master the car ride home, you're not just building a better athlete, you're building a more resilient, confident, and mentally strong human being ready for any challenge that comes their way, on and off the field. Thanks for watching. If this was helpful, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button down below. We appreciate it. And we look forward, as always, to seeing you on the next episode of The Parent Playbook.